Our family computer background.
know?
I changed it to Matthew McFadden in Pride and Prejudice.
And your dad was like,
Yeah, and he was like, "Who is that white man?"
No, I get that though. I get that.
When did offending someone become the preeminent cardinal sin?
Maybe it's around the same time your generation started making sweeping generalizations about ours.
When I was 14, I tried to convince my parents with a PowerPoint presentation that I wanted to like move to New York and become an actor. And I was trying to state this case, right? Like I did a whole PPT on the TV. And this was one of the pages of the PPT.
you're
I'm not.
Awesome.
That is
For example, just take for instance, one of my favorite actors, Andrew Garfield, became an actor. So he technically became an actor with a degree.
There are also so many schools where I can do this kind of stuff.
Yale.
All in
Yale.
caps.
But none of them are in New York.
I know.
Okay.
That's great.
I actually got in trouble for that because they were like, "Who's that man?" And I was like, "That's what you took from this?
Oh, Jesus.
That's what you took?"
Yeah.
But it's okay.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Very first
So I just
gen.
wanted you to know you were commemorated.
You say
celebrated.
first gen.
So yeah,
first gen.
it's very first gen.
first
To be
gen.
like, here's my PowerPoint. It's
Here's
like,
my-
who's that boy?
Who's that white boy?
Who's that
Literally.
one? No, literally.
Yeah.
My dad was like,
Literally.
"How do you know that man? Has
Fair
he
enough.
approached you?"
I
And I
got
was like,
grounded
Fair
because
enough.
I
We
changed
don't know each other,
our
Dad.
family computer background.
know?
I changed it to Matthew McFadden in Pride and
And
Prejudice.
your dad was like,
Yeah, and he was like, "Who is that white man?"
No, I get that though. I get that. Valid screensaver, by the
Yeah.
way.
It was crazy on the family computer. Though.
Oh, on the that's
Yeah,
bold.
yeah, yeah.
That is bold
That's
choice.
crazy.
At least I kept mine on the PVT, but
Yeah,
that
I had
is
to feel my
bold.
feelings.
Fair enough.
you
DeviantArt
guys should be
download.
friends, I guess.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
In a way.
We'll see how it goes today.
sure.
Yeah.
Maggie is brilliant.
Is she? Does she just think you're brilliant?
So what's up?
So what's up with y'all? Well, congratulations on this film. You guys are amazing.
Thanks.
Well, my first question.
Right.
I think that's all the time we have, right?
It's giving all the time, right? Is it?
So are you gonna tell me why this is not true?
Everything about this feels like a cliche. She's exploiting this shallow cultural moment.
Andrew, you're amazing in this. Your physicality in this informs so much
Yes.
of your character and like how comfortable you are and the lingo you use. I was just wondering what it was like
Luckin'.
developing your role.
Character, okay.
Yeah, and that physicality, because you can tell from the get-go like how comfortable he is or how he makes himself very at home. Or,
Right.
like even the way he like calls your character like darling, honey, sweetheart. It's like very different to what I've seen in your previous roles.
Yeah, I think thanks, very sweet. I think it was important for him to feel, whether it's real or not, that he does feel like everything, he's entitled to everything, or he's in physical contact with everything, every texture. And he's a sensualist. And I think in a world of intellectual people who are kind of dead from the neck down, as he perceives them, he feels like it's his duty to get people into their erotic, sensual bodies. And obviously, it gets him into terrible trouble. And, but the kind of ambiguity of that, because on the one hand, you're like, oh yeah, that's of course we should be embodied human beings, but then obviously he has this kind of abuse of his own power and his own position that obviously makes something that could be light dark. Anyway, and like dancing between those places was really a wonderful opportunity, and uncomfortable, but yeah.
Yeah, I did think he was like a fake glue. Like he wanted to be the glue.
Yeah.
And I felt like he wasn't the glue. Like that kept the
Interesting.
group together. Like I felt like he was trying too hard. You know what I mean?
Sure.
In like a glue kind of way. Like you always
Yeah.
see someone there's someone that people gravitate to in this kind of situations. And I felt like he wanted to be that. And he wanted to have that like momentary
Interesting.
relationship with everyone, but he couldn't.
Interesting.
He's Hank. Everybody loves Hank.
What are you saying happened?
He crossed the line.
But what actually happened?
I was also wondering about the slap in it. I mean, I'm sorry if this has been asked to death, but like I'm just so curious like how it was shot, because like I've only ever seen like in movies like fake slaps. But what was like your mindset like that day, or like how was that actually shot?
Did
you have to do a lot?
No, I think, we did it like 3 times, I think, 3 or 4 times, which isn't like a great amount to actually be doing that, just because it is, pretty emotional thing to be doing. And the place that it's coming from when it happens is also really kind of dark. So, yeah, I think we had 2 camera setups or something, and then got the reverse. But on the like when we were
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
like our coverage, we didn't have to do it, which was good. But I think we got it from like both sides and had to do it like 3 or 4 times.
It's just like amazing to me. A young black woman can get assaulted and all these white people figure out a way to make it about themselves.
Would you guys get like a picture of your previous co-stars on a t-shirt or a sweater? Because I know that Julia
Julia
apparently
did
has
that,
one.
Julia,
You guys-
yeah.
Yeah. Who would you
Yeah.
get?
I think it would be Stuhlbarg.
Oh my god.
I want to have. Who
Yeah.
has a dog called Michael Stuhlbarg?
No, my best friend in my phone is named Michael Stuhlbarg.
That's right. And then I said, if I get a dog that's a boy or a girl, I might name it Michael Stuhlbarg.
I love when a girl's named Michael.
Yeah, naming a pet Michael Stuhlbarg is
Very
in-
rare.
in my
It's
big
very rare, yeah.
Nothing I would have done could have changed what's happened.
You don't know that.
I was wondering before I go, was there any music that you guys were listening to whilst filming? Because the soundtrack in this is like,
so
I feel
good,
like
yeah.
We were
complements
talking about this last night.
Luca's way of storytelling. And yeah.
What were you listening to?
I was listening to a lot of Miles Davis,
Ooh.
but like Rated X, like kind of when he's in a really dark place. It's really like kind of at his worst. That music is really sonically awful. Yeah. There's. I know. I was like gonna pull up my.
I don't remember.
something.
I didn't have a playlist for Hank. That's weird. But what I loved is that, well, how Luca uses music is just so cool. But particularly the song at the party is one of my favorite David Bowie songs, which is from the film Labyrinth. And when I heard that, when he showed me like little first cut of like the first 30 minutes of the film, I was like, that's like he's like Labyrinth. I know. It's like it's fantastic. It's beautiful. I love this song. And it was like no one's ever used that in a film other than the film that it was written for.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy. Just
He
he's
loves
so
music so much.
and he's so unprecious. He's just like, yeah, we use this.
Yeah.
And it's just like he's so free in his creativity in all levels. So yeah,
I
it's
love
cool.
that. Thank you so much for
Thanks.
taking time to answer.